Well, Mammoth Community Water District last week released a letter from United States Senator Dianne Feinstein detailing the senator's inquiry about the proposed Casa Diablo 4 geothermal project. The project could negatively impact the region's limited water supply, according to a press release from the Mammoth Community Water District. Now, the project, owned by Ormat Technologies Incorporated, would pump 29,000 acre-feet of hot water annually from below the cold groundwater zone when combining both existing operations and the planned expansion. Now, for perspective, according to that press release, 1 acre foot is 325,900 gallons, enough to meet the needs of 2 average single-family households of 4 people for a year. Mammoth Community Water District depends on this cold water aquifer to fulfill the water supply needs of the Mammoth Lakes community, and this project directly threatens that precious water supply at a time when California is experiencing a serious statewide drought. Now, said Senator Feinstein, quote, "Given the scarcity of other available water supplies in that area, it is important that the United States Bureau of Land Management and United States Forest Service ensure this project does not affect critical, important groundwater supplies. Consequently, I request that the BLM and Forest Service provide information summarizing the basis upon which they conclude in the EIS-EIR that the project is unlikely to affect the quality and availability of shallow groundwater resources," end quote. Now, the press release from Mammoth Community Water District says Senator Feinstein's request stemmed from conclusions reached in the Environmental Impact Report, Environmental Impact Statement prepared for Casa Diablo 4. Now, the senator asked that the United States Geological Survey assess the project's proposed monitoring and mitigation plan to ensure Mammoth's water resources remain accessible and safe. Local Congress members Paul Cook and John Garamendi, as well as the town of Mammoth Lakes and local community groups, also recently voiced apprehension over the potential impacts of the proposed project. Now, in 2010, Ormat purchased the geothermal power plants in Mammoth for more than $72 million, becoming sole owner of several thousands of acres of land, power plants, and equipment in the Mammoth complex. The geothermal energy company's proposed expansion project may threaten the area's groundwater resources. Press release also states existing operations have already had a negative impact on the region, including increases in soil temperatures, tree kills, and carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide emissions near and around the Shady Rest Park area as a result of geothermal production, as well as increases in the water temperatures of Mammoth Community Water District's wells that are closest to Ormat's geothermal wells. Now, the press release continues, Mammoth Community Water District is committed to carefully managing and maintaining local water resources for thousands of residents and visitors. Unfortunately, the severe statewide drought has increased Mammoth Community Water District's reliance on critical groundwater supplies, which the Casa Diablo 4 project may put in jeopardy. Mammoth Community Water District will continue working with local groups, stakeholders, and Ormat to address the very real threats that the proposed Casa Diablo 4 project poses to the region and ensure the safety of its critical water supplies. Well, the Inyo County Board of Supervisors convened a workshop Tuesday, July 1st, and this was to address the results of a fecal coliform bacteriological monitoring study of Bishop Creek conducted by the Lahontan Regional Water Quality Control Board. Now, the workshop was attended by representatives of the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, City of Bishop, the Bishop Paiute Tribe, Inyo County, and other interested parties. Now, according to a press release, study findings showed frequently high levels of bacteriological concentrations exceeding both Water Board and U.S. EPA water quality criteria at some locations of Bishop Creek. State personnel indicated that Bishop Creek would soon be added to the state's 301D listing of impaired water bodies. Now, a press release from the Inyo County Environmental Health Services Department states that while the sources of the Bishop Creek contamination remain unknown at this time, the recurring high concentrations indicate potential risk to human health for water contact recreation. Further analyses are being conducted at this time in an effort to determine the source or sources of the contamination. Now, if you would like more information, you can contact Inyo County Environmental Health Services Department. That phone number is 760-873-7867. And the city of Bishop also issued a press release expressing concern about the tests that indicate the high levels of bacteria in some parts of Bishop Creek surface water system. Now, the city, according to that press release, looks forward to working with Inyo County Environmental Health, the Lahontan Regional Water Control Board, and land managers to address this issue and to ensure public safety. Now, the press release states it is important for City of Bishop water customers to know the city's drinking water is safe from this contamination. The bacteria are found in the surface water in the Bishop area, not underground where the city gets its drinking water. Now, in addition, the city's drinking water is sampled monthly and shows no sign of contamination of any sort. Now, it may be the high levels of bacteria found in some of the waters of the Bishop Creek system of creeks and ditches are not a change from historic levels. The current high level may have existed, according to that press release, since settlers and stock first joined the Native Americans residing in the area. Residents and visitors may have lived with these levels for a long time. If you would like more information, you can contact the City of Bishop Public Works, and that phone number is 760-873-8458. Well, an actor in the Harry Potter series, David Logino, died while hiking in Death Valley National Park on Sunday, June 6th. Now, best known for his role as werewolf Fenrir Greyback in the Harry Potter film series, the 50-year-old was also an MMA fighter and went by the ring name The Enforcer. Now, the Inyo County Sheriff's Dispatch received notification on Sunday, July 6th at approximately 7 a.m. that remains had been discovered in a remote wash below Manley Beacon, west of Zabriskie Point in Death Valley. Now, the reporting party was part of an unrelated two-person hiking group. And the press release states that due to the remote area, CHP helicopter H-82 out of Apple Valley was utilized to insert an Inyo County Sheriff's deputy and also provide transportation of the body. It appeared that Logino died of heat-related issues, but the Inyo County coroner will determine the final cause of death. There are no signs of foul play. We'll be back with more news.